Libra, hello. Welcome to your, what is this, 5 till 11 October 2020 reading, general reading for the sign of Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising and Ascending. And if you don't know what those things are, there's a link down below in the description that explains it to you. You can also get a mini natal chart like your astrology. It's actually quite accurate. It's always important to know what our moon is, because our moon is about our emotions, which is actually quite incredible. So if you're actually looking for that perfect sort of balance, then your sun sign, which is your zodiac sign, which is your Libra, it's how you sort of show up. But your emotions, which is your moon sign, is how you are within. Okay. Mercury is your communication and Venus is your love. All right, so I'm sorry. Let's see what we have for you for this 5 till 11 October. Can you believe that the year's almost at an end? Isn't it incredible? Wow, 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 wow. Obviously, if you look at the reading at a different time, that's the right time for you to look at it as well, because, life is timeless. Time is literally a means to an end. And for all of you that always support me, that always check in, that leave me comments and shares and subscribe, and thank you, I appreciate that. It just makes my heart smile. All right. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Adrian. I'm intuitive healer. I practice holistic wellness, and I also do spiritual regression hypnosis. If you are interested in incredible graphic design and social media management, beautiful thumbnails like mine, contact my friend. Her link is down below. AC Digital Marketing Solutions. All right, so let's see what we have for you. So overall energy for you, Libra, take what resonates. Don't worry about what doesn't. Queen of Raphael. And it says, which is water, so it's a Queen of Water. Kind, understanding, giving, and psychic. Follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. And at the bottom, you've also got the wheel. So things are really turning in your favor here, things are really turning in your favor. The wheel speaks about new beginnings, end of delay, change in direction that offers happiness. And these are both water, so there's quite a, I feel that for, not even just for some of you, probably for most of you, if not for all of you, there's such an opening sort of your third eye area of your mind. And for those of you that might not be familiar with sort of like the third eye, or also known as the pineal gland, it is that chakra, that energy center, that is sort of in the center of our mind, which is our connection to everything, which is our connection to sort of like the psychic flow, which really, really makes sense, because we are in the in that Libra energy at the moment, which is that balance. And I think that sometimes we feel, when it comes to psychic ability, that it's sort of like this gift that just some people have and some people don't have. But the truth of the matter is, we are all connected to everything, and the world has gone through such a incredible, what the spirituals refer to as 3D to 5D awakening, that there's so much sort of energy that has been limiting, making us believe that we're not sort of good enough or worthy enough or adding up. So much of that has sort of been eradicated at the moment, that it only really makes sense that that everybody's psychic ability just shines up. So if you find maybe that it seems like your instinct is more sort of on point and your gut's more on point, you get a feeling about something, this is a good time to trust your feelings, to trust your intuition. And always asking to make sure, because that this feeling, intuition is coming from a healthy place, because especially when we just sort of start working with sort of like the psyche, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking in the beginning. There is something called the I think it's called the power of three, or the question of three, or something like that. But what it really comes down to is that if you want to know, is my intuition coming from a source of light, from a source of positivity, from universal support, from positive, almost like angelic guidance. You ask the same question 3 times and you ask it exactly the same way. But when you ask, open yourself to listen. And when I say listen, it's how, you may perceive answers in different ways. You may either hear something in your mind, which is clear audience, or you may just know, which is clear cognizance, which is quite a strong one I have. Um, you may just suddenly see something just shows up. When we speak about clairvoyance, sometimes we feel, or sometimes the belief is it's just that you sort of see spirits that passed over or something like that. But clairvoyance is also when, you're thinking about something and suddenly it shows up, because it's all manifestation. Everything is created from energy, all right? So look out for those signs. So when I say listen, that's what I'm speaking about. All of those things, being open to the universe, communicating to you. And when we are really open, you'll be surprised at how things can come to you. So with this rule of 3, you ask the same question 3 times and you see if you get the same answer 3 times. Because if you do, then you can trust the source, Let's see. So your recent past, what brought you to where you currently are? There we go. Page of Gabriel. Gabriel said, Angel, that's a lot about intuition. Okay, gut instinct. And that has certainly been expanding for you. Third eye has been expanding for you. It says energetic, brave, optimistic, and playful. Follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. So some of you felt really kind of stagnant there for a while, you felt so stuck. It was almost like your feet were down in sort of like the ground, and there was sort of like cement, sort of mortar or plaster or Paris or something put around your feet. You couldn't move. It felt like, for many of you, I see even this vision in my mind. It's almost like it was something almost synonymous to a tree, that it feels like you are planted and everything is moving past you and everyone is moving past you. People are becoming successful around you and their dreams are coming true. But meanwhile, here you are. What many of you needed to do, and I felt what you started to do, you needed to observe. There was so much to learn, all right? You were really being prepared. And where you are right now, and what were you being prepared for? Whatever your heart desires. Okay, whatever your heart desires. 9 of Raphael, where you currently are. This is about dreams. 9 of Cups, which is the 9 of Raphael. It's about water. It's about hope. It's about positive karma coming back to you. Make a wish. Dreams become reality. A joyful time of life. All right. This is almost like literally where you like that. You've got that magical sort of lamp with a genie at the moment, and a lot of times, people sometimes ask me. They will say, "Listen, I lost my psychic ability. How do I get it back? What do I do? What do I learn? What do I study? What crystal do I buy? Should I meditate longer? Do I, study Reiki or tarot?" They obviously ask me these things because it's things that I do. Do I book a hypnosis session? That's actually a good one. But it's and the reason why hypnosis is so good, because it's about doing nothing. It's about becoming quiet. Because the voice of the divine, the voice of spirit, the voice of God, the voice of the universe, whatever you want to call it, it flows in harmony in the silence. It's when we get out of the rat race, okay? So for many of you, you felt that everything was rushing past you. But I feel that for many of you, you had to see that that the rat race was sort of like a run towards, everything, but really nothing. Because when you think of space, it is this vast, endless, ever-expanding, quiet space where nothing is impossible. People are discovering new, things in the universe all the time. It's not that they were never there. They were always there. They were just not discovered. All right? And so it's time for you to discover new things about your life. But you needed to become quiet. You needed to become centered. So if you do feel that you need to rush, no. All right? What's coming towards you? Everything is coming towards you. Knight of Michael. Michael is that angel, that archangel about letting go. Things that don't serve you in positive ways. Strong, committed, intellectual, diligent. It sounds very much like Libra to me. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. There's a lot of things that are coming towards you. There's a lot of things that are flowing towards you. The world is, I suppose we can say waking up really, really fast, but we sort of waking up to all the potential that's always been there that we missed in this rushing towards. We were running towards to gain, but in the running towards, we actually missed what was there all along. And this is the space that you were out of. That's why you were feeling stuck, because you needed to see that this running around wasn't getting you anything. It wasn't getting you anywhere. You were just joining more confusion. It was time for you to get out of there. All right, you needed to leave that rat race. And now where you are, rat race no more. It's beautiful. Okay, let's clarify the Queen of Raphael where you currently are, which is the Queen of Cups. Let's see what we've got, because it's really about hopes and dreams. Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Four of Swords. I saw this very powerfully, something very similar in the September 2020 reading that I did for, October 2020 reading that I did for Aquarius. All right. So if your moon is maybe in Aquarius, or even your Venus, which is love, you may want to go look at that October 2020 reading as well. It might be valuable for you, or maybe just the other Aquarius reading if you feel guided to do so. You've got the Two of Cups, which is the coming together of emotions. For some of you, there was a sort of a separation from the flow of romance for a long time. It seemed like no matter what you did, you just couldn't get into the good relationships, or you couldn't get again, people seem to be getting into relationships around you. It seemed that people were getting their money affairs sorted out around you. Their physical things, house, car, career, children, pets, and it just seemed like, while people were getting new cars, yours was breaking down. Life was calling to a lot of silence, but now you are ready to bring together, both love. This is a time of, for many of you, I feel that you've gone through a period where you maybe had to make peace with the past. You had to make peace with the family. You had to make peace with the ex. You had to make peace with the fact that maybe things aren't working out the way that you wanted them to work out. The business just wasn't happening. And now, with the Four of Swords here, you see all those external sort of forces that were reaching towards you, and you thought this was it. Oh, that was it. Maybe that was it. No. You were it all along. And you are reaching for the deeper sense of power where you are right now. Okay? That genie in the, in the lamp. Let's look at this wheel. Wheel of Fortune, basically. End of a very powerful cycle, start of a new one. Seven of Swords, Knight of Wands, Nine of Wands. Whatever isn't serving you positively right now, I want to make such an urgent call on you. Whatever isn't serving you positively, let it go. If they want to walk, let them walk. Help them pack their suitcase. Okay? With love, with kindness, understanding that the cycle is over. If they want to come back, or if they, if they're new into your life, ask yourself in a very healthy, honest way, is this the best choice for me right now? Does this honor my highest good? Does it flow with the value that I feel my life is worth? If it's yes, because I feel with the Knight of Wands here, there's definitely, for those of you that, especially troubled marriages, there's I feel somebody really jacking up and saying, like, you may be so surprised by how they sort of, straighten themselves out. And even admitting how they were wrong. And I feel for many of you, it's like you don't just need the apology. You need to understand why they were so wrong. You're getting that why. Okay? You're getting that why behind the action. Page of Gabriel, then your recent past. You've got the Nine of Cups. You've got the Page of Cups. You've got the Judgment card, and you've got the Hermit as well as the Empress. Wow. Those are three major arcana cards that is clarifying your recent past. So with the Nine of Cups again, in your recent past. So the Nine of Cups is clarifying your recent past, which is bringing you to your current moment, which is also the Nine of Cups. All right, Nine of Raphael. And Raphael's the angel of healing. Those sort of scars that you got in the past. A lot of hope. And I know sometimes we don't want to, for many years I was the same. I didn't really want to buy too much into hope because it opened the door for so much disappointment. But then my sister, who's a Virgo, one of my sisters who's a Virgo, really opened my mind and said to me, but hope is everything, because if you don't hope, then life doesn't understand what it is that you really want to have. Okay, so you started hoping, and that hope, it became like your mindset started to change for what it is that you want to go to, because this Page of Gabriel here in your recent past, which is your intuition, you got the Page of Cups there as well. So your mindset really shifted, you know, and that is always a wonderful thing. And you started to see here with Judgment, what are the things that are not working for me? What are the things that, you know, I feel for many of you, you may have started out seeing that in many ways, you know, that your life maybe fell apart. Maybe you lost your job and, you know, you didn't know how you're going to pay your rent and your mortgage and your car. And, you know, maybe some people left your life. Your health hasn't been that good. You know, maybe some body issues, many things. But then you realize, listen. Maybe this is not a blessing. Maybe this is not a curse. Maybe this is actually a blessing. You came to realize it in many senses of the word. And instead of trying to go towards, especially with the Hermit as well as the Empress, you really started to give yourself sort of like that break that you need. You started to give yourself the love that you need to have, you know. You got to see that it's really all with you, that it's always been with you, that you are the one who's setting the balance or upsetting the balance. And I feel that for many of you, you didn't realize that you upset the balance, but now you know, or now you knew. And so you started to really, you know, do some inner sort of exploration. And you got a lot of clarity how it wasn't always them, but always sometimes you know, often you. And that is good because now you could forgive yourself for that and let those non-serving patterns go. Let's look at where we currently are, because where you are right now, oh baby, magic time. Okay. All right, so you got the Hierophant, which is fantastic. It's all about going forward. You've got the Justice card, which is your card. All right. So you've got the Hierophant, which is about going forward, which is very much sort of that forward motion movement, but it's also like a clean slate basically sometimes, and it takes you towards clarity. You've got a lot of clarity where you are right now at the moment. And the Eight of Wands, there's a lot of peace of mind, enjoying the small stuff again, embracing the small stuff, some of the magic that you've forgotten you're being reminded of. And so because of that, you're also seeing opportunities that you haven't seen before. So at Knight of Michael going forward, you've got the Five of Swords, you've got the Three of Pentacles, powerful new beginning here with the High Priestess as well. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. The Chariot, powerfully moving forward. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. That's quite something. Okay, that's quite something. Let's see what we have for you, Libra. What I want you to do is I want you to ask, you know, we always have that sort of question in our mind and in our heart, you know. Maybe a specific question brought you to this reading. Maybe you were just curious, doesn't really matter. So if you've got just that one question, that one burning question, or you've got several questions, you know, open your heart and your mind to the answer coming to you, and let's see what the angels have got for us. What are they saying for Libra for 5. That's too many. Actually, that's 3 cards. Okay. For 5 to 11 October, it says get more information. So again, that space where when you quiet, you observe, you get to see more. Choose a new direction, because when you know more, you can do more and you can do better. And then they say no. So I don't know what you might be thinking, but they say no. And sometimes no is such a good thing, because if it's no for one thing, it might be yes for something better, you know. Let's see what we've got for you for the Sacred Traveler. Additional guidance for Libra, please. And if the reading resonates with you, feel more than welcome to like it and share it and subscribe to the channel. Remember to hit that all button at the bottom so you can see when the readings are coming out. I love getting comments. I love reading my comments. 2 cards. Okay. Grace and gratitude. Through grace, joy expands. It's when we are centered. You know, a lot of times we speak about gratitude and the power of gratitude. But we can only really be grateful when we become quiet in the moment, even if it's just for a split second. Because when you're not quiet, you're running. You can't really be grateful for what you have, because you're running, you know, towards. Great adventure. Take a risk and venture forward. And this was sort of hidden underneath, so, you know, stuck underneath that grace and gratitude card. So I feel that in order for you to move forward even more, this is a good time to go, stop, take a moment, breathe, observe, see what you're grateful for until you go to the next phase again. Okay? Enchanted Map Oracle card for you. Final card for your 5 till 11 October general reading, Libra. Into the unknown. So a little bit, you know, nerve-wracking at the moment, because there's definitely a lot of new things happening for you. But also, it is a safe time for you to hope, to dream, to open your mind to the idea that life can be so much more than you actually ever imagine. Okay. Hope that resonates with you. Remember, you're also more than welcome to book a personal reading with me. From my heart to yours. Till next time. Namaste. Love and light. See you on whichever video of mine you decide to watch next.